That's nonsense.
Welcome back. Today we're going through 1-1. It's going to be so much fun. Now in the top left, when we get back, you'll notice that our health bar, we can only get about halfway in our health bar, and that's because we are in soul form. And when we get to body form, then we'll have all of our health. But then if we die, you know, world moves towards black world tendency. We're trying to manage that. This is a long, this is a long level, so this video is probably going to be pretty long. Ooh, this is cool. I'll go away so you can see it. All right, here we are. So behind us, what we just came through was the Archstone. That's what this is. These appear like after bosses and such. At the beginning of each world, there's one, so we can go back to the Nexus if we choose to. We're not going to right now. Whenever we get to pure white, pure black world tendency, that gate's going to open up, so we can go explore down there. For now, we don't have a chance to go down there because we haven't met the criteria, which is pure black and pure world tendency. Gross. Yeah, at this beginning section, it's a little. I mean, if you have magic, it's really easy. If you're using melee, you get double and triple teamed. It can be difficult. We'll come out of there. We'll come out of here. This gate up here. So we got to go this way to start. Going this way to start is going to bring us to. Ooh, threw him pretty good. Going up through here, this is the way you go. Took me a long time to figure that out the first time. And then we'll go through that big giant gate there to fight the boss, which is going to be fun. That's a fun boss. This is the hole of definitely dying. It looks like you can make it, and you probably could, but whatever is swirling around at the top there, if you jump down there, you die immediately. There was a drop here, so I know you probably noticed in the cutscene that there was no sound. That was my fault, and I'm sorry for that. So we got to about here, and then I realized, hey, there's no sound. So there was a drop here with some half moon grass, and then we came back, and so we missed that short section. We missed a couple drops, but we didn't go anywhere that's special or hidden. We just picked up things that were along the way. So don't feel like you missed anything because you didn't. I think this part is just the coolest. So one thing I really like about Demon Souls is the enemy placement makes sense. If you look at some of the other Souls games, and I keep going back to Dark Souls, but let's go back there one more time. If you go back to Dark Souls and you look at that, enemy placement oftentimes made no sense at all. And I'll give you an example of this. When you are in the depths, right after fighting Taurus Demon, I think, you get the key to the depths, where you fight the dude with the two dogs, the horns, and the big sword. And then you go to the depths, and you start going down, and you see this big butcher, and he's there cutting meat, and there's like a couple dogs in front of him. In front of him, off the edge, there's like waist deep water, and there's dogs and people just like standing there. I mean, who would actually stand there? It doesn't make any sense. Here, I can't think of a single enemy that seems like, why would they be there? That makes no sense at all. So we can, I mean, if we find somebody who looks like they're out of place, we'll definitely comment on it. Or I'll definitely comment on it, and I will admit that I was wrong. But I can't think of one, and I don't remember seeing any, so hopefully there aren't any. Heard a firebomb. Is it you? It's probably you. See anybody else? See, these guys look like they're actually guarding a castle. Guarding a thing, right? There's danger. Preparing for battle. Preparing to be raided. Maybe from demons. I don't know. But it makes sense. If you had an actual castle, there would actually be people here. These jumpers. Ooh, that'd get you. This looks familiar, doesn't it? Boop. Bastard sword. We don't have the strength requirement. If we did, we'd be using it. Gotta be careful here, because this guy's got a... Oh. Guy's got a crossbow. Okay, so if we go, there's two ways to go, right? We came back here and killed these guys. And we came up through that little hole right on top of my head. If we go this way, we can come around this corner here. And we got a red-eye knight. Now could we, sorry, my nose is itchy for some reason. If we come in here, we could fight this guy. And we could probably beat him. He's tough, but we could probably beat him. But there's a drop there, but we don't really need to go there. Old King Doran's in here, and we have to have stuff. We have to have things to get in there. We can't do it yet. So, I mean, we could do it just for the hell of it. Let's heal up first. Oh, here he comes. This guy's the worst. God, I hate that attack. Come here. We're going to have to progress and heal all the way. Not interested, man. That drop, I don't remember what that drop is, but I hope it's good. Oh, shit. And he killed us. Awesome. Hey, to be fair, I never said I was good. I just said that I was going to play it. We just got wrecked. The good news is we get to go back and fight him again. Why? Because he's got our stuff. We want our stuff back. And we spawned back down here. There's a shortcut that we were very close to. We should have unlocked first, but we did. For not paying attention. I promise you one thing, that is not the only time we're going to die in this game. There will be many times that we die. Many, many, many. However, this time when we go up there to fight that guy, we're going to unlock the shortcut first so that we don't have to do all of this again. quickly remove fire bombs and full moongrass. I'm pretty sure half moongrass would fill our health bar from completely. So I don't really think we need it. Now, you might notice we had our shield up when we got attacked by our red-eye friend, and he killed us all the way. So you'll notice that if we look at our if we look at our shield, the buckler, on the where's it at? On the right side, it says physical defense 72 or 12. That's because it will protect us from. Oh, that's not right. In any case, look at damage reduction right there in the middle. Sorry. It says 90-30. It will protect us from 90% of physical damage and 30% of magic damage. So we haven't faced any magic damage enemies yet, but when we do, we will be protected from 30% of the damage that they would do. You get a lot of healing items. The thing that I find very interesting about the fact that you get lots of healing items is that a lot of times it just doesn't matter. Not one bit. Yeah, I've got 21 Crescent Moongrass, but that dude still killed me. Got that item. And we can just run up the stairs here. Does this guy notice us if we don't go back? Yeah, he does. So we won't go back there further. It doesn't look like those guys noticed us. We gotta fight this blue-eye guy. He's a bit more aggressive than the ones that were in the tutorial region. But still dominatable. Stuff there. This is the way you proceed through the level, but the first thing we're going to do is unlock a shortcut. This shortcut is going to help us get back here. A little faster, a little faster. We'll let these guys take care of this. In here, you got chains, and then you got things hanging from the chains. And then you got things hanging from the chains down there. So let's break the chains, knock them down. Seems I already broke that one. Okay, took me by surprise. Genuinely scared me. Now we get down to the bottom here. There's a lot of fellers. Where we have magic. Which prevents us from getting ganked. And then here is our nice lever that we get to pull to unlock our first shortcut. Cling ring. I love the cling ring. The cling ring. So first, see, we're in soul form, so we have half of our available health. See how that bar goes all the way out. So if we add the cling ring, we get 3/4. Doesn't heal it for us. The body's dropped Old Ragged Roads and Old Spice. Old Spice restores some of your magic, and a jade hair ornament. If we give that jade hair ornament to Stockpile Thomas, he will give us an item. And I believe I know what it is, but I'm not sure. Well, you know what I just noticed is a should mention, when the servers were active in Demon Souls, they had a world tendency assignment to them. And so they would move the world tendency around. For example, on Halloween, if you logged on, your world tendency went to pure black. Period. That's what happened. If you stay offline, then you can control it. Now, we're attached to UV server, so UV server also has world tendency associated with it. It also has some things where you can... Oops. It also has some things where you can manually change your world tendency. You leave a comment on the ground, and then you back out and go back forward, which we're not going to do. But, well, we might do that if the world tendency on the server changes and screws up our management. Then we'll probably do it. But all right, so we got to kill this guy because we got to get our stuff back. We see our souls there. We got to get those. We can't run away from him because he will chase us until the end of time. So what are we gonna do here? All right, we got our buckler. Do we have a better shield? I don't remember picking one up. Seems to be it. All right, we got the cling ring, so we got some more health. We got Old Spice, which I don't think we're gonna use. Soldier's Lotus will heal us from bleeding. Royal Lotus from poison, which are useful. That ghost right there scared the crap out of me just now. So we'll keep our half moon grass up, and we're gonna try and get in close. And that didn't help because he had his shield up. He's got a damn spear. That is just ridiculous. God, the reach on that thing. Alright, so this time we died, we lost 874 souls. The last time we lost 1,500. You win. Knight with red eyes. We're not going to go back and do it again. We will. Let me rephrase that. We will go back and do that again, but we're going to wait until we are gods among men and further along in the game. Getting one shot, or two shot, by an enemy that aggressive does not make for good time. Can it be done? Oh yes, it can. People have done it. I am not as weak. More aggressive numbers. We've wasted enough time. This video is going to be like 45 minutes long because we died twice. Alright, so now we're going to run straight up our shortcut here. But, get some attention first. Tight spaces and camera work can be a little tough. Turpentine, that will apply fire to your right hand weapon. Alright, I don't know if you can hear the dog burping, but I have a dog. It's burping at something. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably a leaf. He's protecting me from it. Like a good boy. If you roll through them, they don't explode. If you attack them with anything fire, they do explode. I think we could probably hit them with our weapon, and they wouldn't explode. But I'm not certain. Alright, this guy. Come on. What am I doing? I am not having a good day. I'll tell you that. Alright. Man. Maybe I just need to get, like, warmed up or something. Okay, this is Ostrava of Boletaria, and what we could do is just jump off the stairs over there and down. And it's really easy to do, and I'll show you how to do it a little later. But first, so he blew himself up. If we do that, we'll skip a lot of the game. How did he not die? And since we're trying to see all the content, which is one of the reasons we're platinuming, we certainly don't want to skip that much of the game. The spear guy has a reach that's a mile long. This guy's fire bombs. We can dodge those. So. Okay. In here. Aha.
Good day to you. Care to look over my wares? Mostly stolen, but who's telling ye? Be a brave knight or depraved slave, the demons will snatch your soul, and you'll go mad. And those who dare cling to their humanity are hunted down. It is the end of great Boletaria as we know it. But hell, at least the demons don't send us to our deaths in battle. There's this skinny fella, clad in fabulous armor, who's always mumbling about some mission. He's another one who's managed to stay sane like yourself. Probably some pampered son by the looks of his attire. I'd give an arm just for the buttons off his shirt. It is the end, but hell, at least...
Alright, so that's his dialogue. He's probably talking about Ostrava of Boletaria. He sells some stuff. I mean, none of it's going to be good enough for us to buy now. We'll find better stuff along the way. Crescent Moongrass is expensive. Okay.
Go ahead, take your time.
Thanks. All right. A few things there. Nothing back here. You can jump down there and skip a large portion of the... Not a large, short portion of the game. Ah, bah, it's a trap. Drop anything? No. One guy did. So if we head, we're going to head down here in just a minute. First thing we want to do is clear out these archers because they're going to be a pain in our rear end. If we don't. We'll get those drops here in a second. Want to get this guy so we don't get too close to him and he sneaks up behind us. I think he does. But you know what? Normally I try to kite that guy down there. Just so we can get out of the range of the archer. You didn't die? Alright, I'm sure you see this door here. This is how you proceed with the level, but we have a couple things we gotta do first. Got more content to see, guys. This level is really long. Which is nice. I mean, I like... There's shortcuts along the way, so you can skip sections and if you die, which is nice. I think those shortcuts are really important to the game. I mean, because you can imagine, if this was the first time you picked up the game and you were still making your first character build and your character is exceptionally weak because you're still learning how the game works and all. Having a weak character and trying to get through this much content without like dying over and over, be tough. Whoop. Hello. You see our magic level is a little bit lower, so we're gonna let the fragrant ring do its job and get us a little more, let it build up a little more, and then we're gonna start clearing out some of these guys. So, ooh, there's a drop over here. Ah, we already got him. Yes, I know. Two-handed. Late moongrass. There you go. That's what that's called. In the last video, I said there was no three-quarter moongrass and that it had a different name. I was right. It's late moongrass. Come in here. I mean, can you imagine if that worked in real life? Just fight somebody, just run in circles around them. Okay, so there's another drop back here. Unknown hero's soul. So you can consume those and get souls from it. You don't get a lot from any of them. I mean, some of the like demons souls, the big ones, you get a lot of souls from those. Way more. The beast demon soul, which is you have to have the right ending and everything, you get like 200,000 souls from them. That's a lot, but I mean, in endgame, it's not. Shards of stones, hard and sharp. Crescent moongrass. Those upgrade materials are going to be really important. I will admit that I do have a little concern about that. I mean, we talked about it in the spreadsheet video where we did a little housekeeping to explain things. Surprising choice to toss a firebomb at that point. Oh, I totally missed that one.
Please, help me. Please, help me. I am trapped, surrounded by dreglings.
Gotta save Ostrava. I mean, a pure melee character this early in the game, that can be a tough section.
My thanks for your brave rescue. I am Ostrava of Boletaria. Accept this as a token of my gratitude.
Brass telescope. That's a very useful item. Helps you look far away, as the name would imply, but it is actually very useful. So the reason we came this way instead of just jumping down and saving Ostrava immediately is because Ostrava walks down here and then through there, comes back, turns around at this door and goes back. So if we just jump down there and rescue him right away, he's going to try and make that path, and he can die. And if he dies in the game, we're not going to get the chance to rescue him again in the future. We need to rescue him several times, but we do that because he gives us an item, and he's essential to getting some items that are going to be required in our Platinum playthrough. So right now we're running back to talk about some items we can pick up. Oops, missed the door. Alright, so here we are back at the stairwell where we said, oh look, there's Ostrava, and we can jump down there if we wanted to. So we're going to do this, and then boop, down here. And this is where we fought those dredgelings. You can see the bodies. Ostrava has already taken off. And this is the Thief's Ring, and there's a few places we can get this. So let's pop over to it. We want the Thief's Ring on, no question. What the Thief's Ring does is it makes... I landed in fire. Man, I'd been mad if I died there. What the Thief's Ring does is it makes the distance at which enemies can see you shorter. So if an enemy sees you normally at 10 meters, now they will only see you when you're within 5 meters of them. And that's very, very useful as we get later in the game. It's useful now, but it'll be even more useful as we get later in the game. Where's our buddy at? Let's make sure he's not dead or something. He better be around here. I am gonna be mad. There he is. Okay. Oh, he comes in here too. Didn't know that. He won't come out. He won't come out to here. I do know that. I've followed his path before. So now that we killed everything, he can walk freely and he won't die along the way. However, if we die and we have to go through this section again, he will not wait to be rescued again. He will just start walking. So we got to get down there and clear out his path. Now if we look down here, we see this long line of enemies. And we got this big old bucket of rocks. Oh, crap. Oh, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. I did that like a fool. But at least I know what I've prescribed for other people. Hey, look, a dragon. Notice how we're getting lots of drops? I find that interesting. Because we should have, it looks like in the top right, that little eye looks very white. So it looks to me like we've got almost pure white world tendency. Maybe not pure, but very close. Maybe after we beat the boss, we'll mix this in and out and see if we can go ahead and get some of that stuff we need. Grass. Alright, so let's take a stroll down here. And let's turn around this corner. And let's realize that we're not going over there. Do we need those drops? Yeah, we need those drops. But we're not going to go get them. Not right now. We'll get them we'll get them later. We got to get further through the level. We have a chance to address those dragons individually. And we'll do that when we get there. Looks like one of those guys is coming this way. I'm sure a few of you are going, wow, this looks familiar. Alright, so if we come down here, he wants to protect those items over there as well. So if we come down here, he will come back. Now the thing is, I have tried, and I don't think you can get down there and get those items before he comes back. Plus you got that blue dragon who's whipping his tail back and forth, and I guarantee you that'll throw you off the edge. You might be able to get some of the close ones, but the ones we need all of them, so we might as well not run the risk yet. Nauseous, doesn't it? Alright, we'll leave that guy to his business, and then let's see. Pull lever. Alright, open the boss door. So now we have a very important task, and that's to open the shortcut at the end of this passageway. Tried to get him too quick. Shield up helps a little bit, but not a lot. Careful not to fall. These fellas. Alright, we have a new enemy, guys. So, we got a blob, and the blob has a shield on it. Now, wager with you that bouncing off the shield doesn't give me much damage. Can't really get around it. I'm sure there'll be another one. I can show you that. There he is. If you get around the back and you poke the gooey part of him, they die pretty fast. But you have to be careful, because if you don't... Yeah. Don't want to poke him, hit the shield, fall off that ledge. I've done that about a dozen times. I actually did that while I was recording on Ep3 before I realized the computer wasn't going to cut it. Halfmoon grass. Always useful. And we open this lever. Cha. Aha! And now we're back down to our starting area. I was looking down here, just over the ledge there. You can kind of see the gate in the top right. And it's still closed. Our world tendency looks like it's really white, but I just wanted to be sure. Now, quick note here. The Thief's Ring is a ring you kind of never want to take off, except when you're fighting a boss, because the boss is going to know you're there as soon as you walk through the door, so it doesn't buy you anything. So we'll take the Thief's Ring off and we'll put back on our Cling Ring, just so we have more health for the boss fight. Because if we have to pick, we want more health. This enemy in particular is susceptible to fire. So we have our fire bombs, and this enemy is called the Phalanx. And it's made of these guys with the shields. Now, that means that if we attack them with magic, come on. If we attack them with magic, that camera's going bananas. That it will be blocked a lot by the shield. And while that can be useful sometimes, it's not what we're looking for right now. So we hit him with a fire bomb towards the top. Yeah, now you're talking. They are aggressive. I am hurt. Yeah, get some distance here. Do a quick heal. Halfmoon grass is good stuff. Let's see if we can weed through these guys. Oh, jeez. I didn't realize it was going to do that. It does not spawn more, so the amount of these guys that you have when you start the level, or start the boss fight, is the total amount that you will have. Alright, firebomb. So hit the big glob. The actual boss itself is just that glob in the middle. I'd imagine. And you can kill all these guys before you attack the glob. And you know what, we'll do that. That'll be interesting to see. Need the gooey center. That's what we gotta do. Just gotta stop walking on. Oh, they also drop upgrade materials like Hearthstone and Sharpstone. Typically only shards, but I've never seen a chunk out of one of these guys. But that's okay. We need the shards anyway, so we don't want it. Problem is you have to upgrade a weapon to a certain point, and then you can upgrade that upgraded weapon into a boss weapon. Use a boss's soul. Where else are you going to get to see a filthy casual doing this kind of stuff? Shard of Hearthstone. Would be useful. There you go. Gotta get him to start separating. So if we kill the main boss, all these guys are just they just die. They don't hang around and have to fight them separately. Is that all of them? It might be. See, he's running away from us now, but this is the boss. He's pretty harmless. He can't actually hurt you. It's those guys with the spears, the phalanx members that are dangerous. But he's pretty freaky looking. Got like a tree growing out of his head. And he is also susceptible to fire, so if we attack him with that, about 102 damage with a firebomb. And then we do 20 with a sword. How much do we do with magic? 80. Now, if we take our sword, we can't be hurt anymore, so we just wait. Turpentine. Oop, can't use it on our wand, as you see. We apply it to our sword. Which damage are we at? Come on. 60. That's a lot more than the 20 we had before, so you can see this being useful for a melee character. There we go. Alright, so we have our body form back. So now, point of note. If we die in this world now, we will move our world tendency towards black. And that is a lot easier to do than moving it towards white. Got the lead demon soul. Excellent. So it's been 43 minutes of recording, so I think we're going to call it here because I'm not sure how long the video is going to be, but it's going to be long. So we got the lead demon soul. We'll go back to the Nexus in the next video where we will talk to the Monumental, and then we're going to come back here and we're going to try to get our white world tendency stuff to see if we're far enough along. So I'll catch you in the next one. You've now seen World 1-1.